Chosen one, pause for a moment. Stop scrolling. Stop distracting yourself. You are not here by chance. Every step of your life has led you to this exact moment. Nothing is accidental. God has meticulously orchestrated everything to bring you to this extraordinary revelation. From this day forward, you will never be the same. The struggle, the uncertainty, and the weight of worry are about to be replaced with something new, an endless flow of abundance and wealth. This is not just another sign to overlook. What you are about to uncover could mark the beginning of your ultimate transformation. Today, I won't speak to you about hard work, sacrifices, or compromises. Instead, I will reveal your mission, your destiny. You were made for something far greater than a job, a paycheck, or a title. You have been chosen to walk a different path, one that only God has designed for you. Prepare yourself, because what you are about to learn will shift your perception of who you are and what your life is meant to be. Before we begin, so you never miss powerful insights on personal and spiritual growth. The content you find there will inspire you, challenge you, and transform the way you see life. Now let's begin. Most people spend their lives chasing after the masses, working for something, a job, a salary, a position, a sense of security that always seems just out of reach. They rush to find their place in the world, like mismatched puzzle pieces that never quite fit together. But you, chosen one, were never meant for this endless race. God did not create you to chase. He created you to be a guide, a light, a leader. You were meant to stand out, to walk a path beyond what the world deems important. When God says, "Don't look for work," He doesn't mean to sit idle or do nothing. Instead, He calls you to stop chasing what was never meant for you, what is far from your divine purpose. Many confuse their work with their worth, believing that their role in society defines who they are. But God's message to you is clear. You are not your job. You are your purpose. And what is that purpose? It is as unique as you are, just as the path God has carved for you is one of a kind. It is a plan written long before your birth, inscribed in the heavens, perfectly aligned with your gifts, your passions, and your spirit. To step into that purpose, you must shift from a mindset of seeking to a mindset of discovering. When you are constantly searching, chasing, and grasping for something, you live in a state of motion fueled by fear, the fear of not having enough, not being enough. But when you step into discovery, you pause, listen, and allow yourself to be guided. Looking for a job means adapting to a system that often overlooks who you truly are. Finding your purpose means aligning with what God has ordained for you, something that isn't found in a job listing, but is instead revealed within you. He has already equipped you with unique talents, a vision, and an inner strength that are no accident. If you focus solely on securing a job, you may find yourself living a life dictated by the expectations of others. But when you stop and embrace the divine plan, the truth becomes clear. You were not created to fit in. You were created to innovate, to lead, to make an impact. The masses chase stability, security, a job that promises a steady paycheck. But more often than not, that stability is an illusion, a cage that keeps the greatest dreams locked away. You were made for more. The masses seek stability, security, a job that guarantees a salary. But often, that stability is a trap, an illusion that blocks the greatest dreams. God did not create you to live in fear of tomorrow. You were not born to survive, but to thrive. Following the masses means accepting a limited life made up of rules created by men. Standing out means listening to the voice of God that says to you, your value is not defined by the title on your business card or the amount in your bank account. It is defined by your ability to follow the plan I've laid out for you. In this regard, God will never leave you without His guidance. The signs to discover your purpose are already there in your life, but you have to learn to recognize them. What makes you feel alive? What fills you with excitement? These are not just pastimes, but indications of what you were created to do. What are the things that you do with ease, that seem natural to you? Your gifts are divine tools to fulfill your purpose. Furthermore, God will never ask you to force a path. When you are in your purpose, the right doors will open effortlessly. Discovering your purpose doesn't mean having all the answers right away. It means trusting the process and letting God guide you step by step. Every insight, every encounter, and every opportunity will be pieces of a bigger picture. The world teaches you that you have to fight for everything. It tells you that success comes only with sacrifice, with stress, with adapting to rules you never chose. But heaven tells you something different. I am your shepherd. You will not lack anything. When you walk in your divine path, you do not have to force things. Wealth, abundance, and success are not the result of your struggle, but of your obedience to the divine plan. Do not chase after what is not yours. Let God bring you what you need at the right time. Every person is born with a purpose, the purpose of the chosen ones. But only the chosen ones have the spiritual sensitivity to feel it and the strength to follow it. God did not create you to live an ordinary life or to chase earthly goals like money. Money is limited, temporary, bound to time and human effort. But divine abundance is much more. It is a constant flow of resources, peace, energy, and blessings that never run out. Imagine a well of water. Money is like a bucket that once emptied leaves you anxious to refill it. God's abundance, on the other hand, is an inexhaustible source that continues to flow no matter how much you take from it. It is not limited to money, but touches every area of your life: relationships, health, opportunities, and personal fulfillment. God does not want you to be a prisoner of the fear of not having enough. Your purpose is not to survive by accumulating money, but to live fully, knowing that everything you need will be given to you at the right time. Discovering your calling means stopping and listening to that inner voice, that divine connection that guides you toward your mission. God speaks to you through your talents, your passions, and your deepest desires. It is never a confusing or complex voice. It is clear, direct, and constant. But to listen to it, you must silence the noise of the world and dedicate yourself to your spiritual growth. Here are some practical questions to get started. What are the things that excite you and make you feel alive? They are not accidents. They are an indication of God's path for you. If you love helping others, creating, teaching, or building, these are paths to follow. What talents have you been given? God does not give gifts randomly. If you have specific abilities such as creativity, inspiration, or solution finding, they are divine tools to fulfill your purpose. What are the moments in your life when you felt a deep connection with what you were doing? Those moments are not accidents, but signs of God's revealing plan. God has given you something no one else has, a unique set of experiences, skills, passions, and visions. This gift is not just for you, but to help others and contribute to God's greater plan for the world. You don't have to strive to be like others or do what they do. You were chosen for a different path, a path that reflects your uniqueness. For example, if you are a comforter, you may be called to spread healing or hope. If you have a creative talent, God may use you to inspire and bring beauty to people's lives. If you are a visionary, you may be called to lead and build something that changes the lives of others. Your gift is not always obvious at first, but it becomes clear as you get closer to your purpose. You don't have to search obsessively. You have to allow God to reveal it to you. And that happens through prayer, reflection, and obedience. The big mistake. One of the biggest mistakes chosen ones can make is trying to fit in with the world. The world will tell you that you have to compete, struggle, and sacrifice to be accepted. But God tells you something different. You were not created to conform. You were created to stand out. Stop trying to fit in. You free yourself from the burden of other people's expectations. You begin to walk in your truth, following the path God has laid out for you. You no longer have to worry about how to make ends meet or what people think. God is your provider, and when you trust Him, everything you need will be given to you. Remember, it is not your job to struggle to find your place in the world. It is your job to let God show you your purpose. And when you discover it, everything changes. You no longer live in fear or uncertainty, but in confidence and abundance. How to find the divine plan. 4 steps. Here are 4 precious steps you can follow. 1. Listen with intention. To align yourself with God's plan, the first step is to stop and listen. This isn't distracted listening, but intentional time each day for reflection and prayer. In these moments, ask God sincerely, "What is your purpose for me? Where do you want me to go?" Don't expect instant answers or spectacular visions. God often speaks through feelings, intuitions, or small signs. To truly listen, you need to free yourself from the noise of the world. Turn off your phone, disconnect from social media, and create a quiet space where you can connect with Him without distractions. Write down your feelings, thoughts, or inspirations in a journal. Often, the answers come gradually and in subtle ways. Consistency is key. Making listening a daily practice allows you to recognize God's voice more clearly in the midst of the chaos of life. It is in this silence that your path begins to emerge. 2. Watch for signs. God communicates with us in many ways, through people, events, and even seemingly random situations. To see the signs of God's plan, you must sharpen your powers of observation and learn to see beyond the surface. For example, an opportunity that seems to come out of nowhere could be a door that God is opening for you. A person who enters your life at the right time could be a divine messenger. A repetitive coincidence, a message, a symbol, or a number could be a call to pay attention. Don't ignore these details. God will never leave you without guidance, but you must be willing to see what is shown to you. When something resonates in your heart, follow it. It is never accidental. You can also ask yourself, what is God showing me in this situation? What is the lesson or opportunity I need to grasp? More you practice observing, the clearer the path He has prepared for you becomes. 3. Develop your gifts. God has gifted you with unique talents and passions that don't just happen. These gifts are tools to fulfill your divine purpose, but it's up to you to cultivate them. It's not enough to acknowledge them. You have to invest time, energy, and dedication into them. Ask yourself, what do I do easily? What brings me joy when I do it? These are clues to your natural talents. If you love to write, create something that will inspire others. If you are good at motivating people, use that ability to encourage those around you. If you have a creative mind, explore how you can use that ability to improve the world around you. Developing your gifts is not just about perfecting your skills, but also using them for a higher purpose. Don't be afraid to fail or make mistakes. God is not looking for perfection, but for your commitment to fulfilling the potential He has given you. Trust the process. Following God's plan requires faith. You won't always have all the answers or a clear view of the entire path. Sometimes God reveals only the next step, allowing the rest to unfold in His perfect timing. While this may feel uncertain or even frustrating, it is an invitation to surrender and trust in His guidance. True trust means believing that even in uncertainty, God is working for your good. You don't need to control every detail or predict every outcome. His plan unfolds at just the right time, in ways that are beyond our understanding. Obstacles are not setbacks, but stepping stones. What may seem like a delay or a struggle is often a hidden lesson, a moment for growth, or a shift that brings you closer to God's purpose for your life. Embrace gratitude along the journey. Thank God for every step, even the ones that don't yet make sense. Trusting the process isn't passive. It requires an active faith, a willingness to move forward in obedience, knowing He is leading the way. Eternal wealth. True abundance is not earned through relentless effort or sacrifice, but is received when you align with God's divine plan. He does not call you to chase wealth or exhaust yourself in pursuit of material success. Instead, He asks you to focus on discovering your spiritual purpose. Your prosperity is not determined by a paycheck or a contract, but by your trust in Him. When you step into the path God has prepared for you, doors open effortlessly, and blessings flow into every aspect of your life, your relationships, your peace, and your personal fulfillment. Before you were born, God designed a unique plan for you. Your talents and passions serve as signposts, guiding you toward your divine calling. You don't have to create your destiny from scratch. Your role is to trust, follow, and walk in faith. Life is not a competition, but a journey led by divine direction, where each step illuminates the next. Stop striving for what was never meant for you. Instead, embrace the abundant life God has prepared, one of peace, fulfillment, and security in His plan. What about you? Are you ready to step into God's plan for your life? Share your thoughts in the comments. What does trusting His path mean to you? How do you plan to live with greater faith and purpose? Your words may inspire someone else on their journey. Your path to true abundance begins now. We hope this message has encouraged and uplifted you, so you never miss more wisdom and spiritual guidance. If this content resonated with you, share it with someone who could benefit from it. Thank you for being part of this journey. See you in the next video.